through the Centre of Muslim States and Societies from the University of Western Australia. I'm Flavia Bellieni Zimmermann from the Australian Institute of International Affairs. We'll talk today with the Pakistani ambassador to the People's Republic of China, Mr. Masood Khalid, and we'll be discussing the Pakistan, Afghanistan and China triangular relationship and peace and development in the region. Thank you for being with us, Ambassador.
Thank you.
Ambassador, can you please explain how the triangular relationship between Pakistan, Afghanistan and China impacts the region?
Well, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. You know, China as well as Afghanistan are Pakistan's neighbors. And traditionally, we have enjoyed good relations with China. And it is a broad-based, multi-dimensional relationship between Pakistan and China. As far as Afghanistan is concerned, we have historical, cultural, and religious linkages. And both are, as I said, neighbors of Pakistan. Now, when I say that this triangular relationship, what I mean is that we are partners in the process of development. China has initiated this mega project of One Belt, One Road, under which China is seeking to expand connectivity, trans-regional cooperation, communications, people-to-people connectivity, which serves the interest, if you see in the long term, which serves the interest of promoting peace and stability in the region. And unfortunately, our region has suffered. The situation in Afghanistan, the turmoil in Afghanistan has been a source of concern for regional countries. So the effort is that through collective efforts, we do whatever is possible to bring about stability in our region. And right now, diplomatic efforts are going on to promote a peace-related reconciliation process in Afghanistan, so that the people of Afghanistan also enjoy the fruits of development. And Pakistan and China are now working on this China-Pakistan economic corridor. The whole idea is that we expand the fruits of development to the grassroots level. And Afghanistan, being a neighbor, would also benefit from the One Belt, One Road initiative of China. And once people are empowered in our region, economic development takes place, people get jobs. So I think it would directly improve the situation in our region. It would bring peace and stability in our region. So that is the concept around which we are working.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. And just continue some reflections on the One Belt, One Road and Chinese growing presence and relationship, particularly with Pakistan. How do you think it might have an impact on American geostrategic interests in the region and particularly in Afghanistan?
Well, I think US interests are also eventually for the peaceful development of the region. And I think I'm quite positive that America also wants peace and prosperity in our region. So these two objectives are aligned in that sense. China has embarked on this initiative, mega project of One Belt One Road, which involves not one country, but nearly 100 countries, which are now sort of partners in this endeavor. So obviously, when development starts and when these projects materialize, they will benefit not only the individual countries, but the regions which are part of this initiative. So I think that all in all, it is in the interest of international community to support such initiatives. And Afghanistan has suffered a lot due to a protracted conflict there the last 3 decades. I think it's about time that this course is corrected and international community helps Afghanistan to move in a direction whereby peace and stability is restored in that country, so that Afghanistan benefits from these kind of initiatives. And I don't think that there will be a great divergence of approach or in terms of, the prosperity and stability which is required in our region. It is in no one's interest to see destabilization of the region. And if we can improve the lot of the people through economic development, that will help not only to contribute to regional peace, but also to global peace.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. And just wrapping up our interview and just some final reflections. Taking into account the current situation in Afghanistan, do you think, Ambassador, that we have a substantial prospect of full stability in the country, and how this is going to have an impact in its region?
Well, I'm an optimist, and I very much believe as to what the aspirations of the people are. And aspirations of the people of our region are for peace, stability, and economic development, whether it is the people of Pakistan or people of Afghanistan. So naturally, if the people of Afghanistan have suffered due to a prolonged conflict in their country, they yearn for peace. They yearn for tranquility. And it's about time that we accelerate our efforts to bring about some kind of political settlement in Afghanistan. And right now, efforts are ongoing. There are different processes which are there, multilateral mechanisms which are there, and some of them are active, some of them are not active. But I think if we take a holistic picture, I don't think that things are that bad. I think slowly we are moving in the direction where efforts for peace and reconciliation in Afghanistan will gain momentum in future. And I think this is where the salvation lies in terms of peace in the region, in terms of tranquility. It is about time that we realize that regional countries have to have a consensus on this kind of approach to join hands in promoting peace and stability in our region, because we face threats of terrorism and militancy in our region, and no one country can face these challenges, these threats on its own. We require a collective sort of endeavor, a collective response to these threats. And I think that is where a consensus needs to evolve in the international community that wherever we are, whether we are in Australia, United States, China, Pakistan, we should, in fact, we should redouble our efforts to galvanize the international opinion against these fringe elements who do not wish to see prosperity of people, who do not wish to see peace in the world. And in fact, they try to disturb the tranquility and peace of the world and lives of common man. So I think we need at the global level that kind of consensus and that kind of understanding and agreement so that the international community has a constructive and a robust response to these challenges. And you know, I mean, I can go on what kind of challenges, not only terrorism or militancy, we face the challenge of climate change, food security, water security, poverty, name them, cyber crime, cyber terrorism. We are all very happy, using these gadgets and using computers. But those who do not want peace in the world, they are using these very gadgets for crimes, for terrorism. So I think this requires a collective response of the international community. So coming back to our region, we should be very clear as to what kind of threats we face, which could impede the process of economic development. And that requires sitting together and finding solutions to our problems jointly.
Thank you so much for being with us, Ambassador. Fascinating talk.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us. And for more information, please visit our website www.internationalaffairs.org.au. Thank you.